Sorry about this, but he couldn't come today. He had to go to a meeting, so he's not going to make it. You know how things can be at work. Really hectic. So much to do. I guess we're going to be eating without him. We can just make something simple and eat that. That sounds nice. There's no harm in you and me having something without him. How long have you two been married for now? We've been married for 2 years and 3 months. Has it been that long already? When are you two going to buy a house for yourself? He told me that you were going to pay half and half. We need to save up a bit more money first before we can buy our own place. You're going to have to save up a lot of money. It's really hard for young people to buy a house these days. It's going to be difficult for you. You're right about that. My parents are worried about it too. They don't think we earn enough money. They really want us to earn more. I'm sure you're going to make it through. Your parents aren't unhappy, are they? No, they're not unhappy. They've got their own life and it's going well for them. They just want us to have a nice life too. My dad's business is going well, so he has high expectations for us. That's really good. I hope my son can work in your dad's business too. His salary might go up if that happens. I presume you're going to be working there too. That's the plan. We're all going to be working in the family business. He's going to pay us well. It's going to be fair, of course. We're going to have to work hard for him. I know I'm up to the task. I'm not going to let him down. As long as you make enough to have a happy life together. That's the most important thing for me. David was young when his dad died. He had a troubled childhood and he didn't get a chance to go to college. I was worried he was going to end up doing nothing useful with his life. But look at him now. Things are getting better and better. I'm sure you and Tim are going to have a wonderful marriage together. He turned out all right. He got through those hard times and became a good man. They really respect and love you for what you did for them. It can't have been easy for you. I just want you to have a good life. I'm just happy that he's met you and he's doing well in life. You've really helped him to get a good job, and that's going to make things easier for you and him in future. I don't want anything back from him. I just want him to be happy. I'm just sorry that I couldn't support you even more than I have done. You don't need to be sorry. We're adults and we need to stand on our own 2 feet. He didn't get a free entry into my dad's company. He had to show that he was going to be a useful member of the team. It's going to be wonderful that you're all going to be working in the same business. It's really going to bring you together as a family. I've given everything to him. You really were a good mother. You let him grow up to be the man he is today. He's not going to forget what you did for him. My mom was always busy caring for my dad. She didn't have much time for me. That's a shame. You should have been the center of attention. Anyway, how about we get on cooking some food? Okay. Dad! Hi! Hi there. We're here. So nice to see you again.
Come in and sit down. I've been so busy I've not had time to meet you. At least we'll get the chance today. I felt I had to call you here to the office so we could finally get some time to talk to each other. I didn't want to leave it too long before I saw you again.
Is there something on your mind? You need to tell us something.
I wanted to tell you this in person. You really need to know.
What is it?
I've already spoken to Elizabeth about it, but I need to tell both of you.
Oh, is it about moving house? Is that what you want to talk about?
Moving house?
My mom and dad are planning to move house. They won't be living in that house anymore. It's going to be empty.
We didn't want to live in the city anymore. It's too busy and noisy here, and we're getting older and older. We wanted a nice place in the country, so we bought some land and we've built a house there. It's going to be finished this week, so we're going to be moving in soon after. I can't wait to start my new life in the country. The air is going to be fresh, and I'm never going to be far from nature. The house is being decorated right now. It's going to be beautiful when we move in there.
I didn't realize it was going to happen this soon. I'm happy for you.
The house that we're living in now is going to be empty, so we want to leave it to you. You can live there. I know you like that place and I didn't want to sell it. That's why I wanted to talk to you today. I wanted to confirm this all with you and make sure you were happy about it all.
That's really amazing. Such a nice thing for you to do. I would never be able to buy a house like that myself. It would be way too expensive for me. You're so generous, and I'm never going to forget this. You're doing something really amazing for us, and I'll always be thankful.
If you're happy with it, then that's going to make me happy too. I want to help my daughter and you out as much as I can. I think that's what a dad should do. I know you had the idea of buying a house together, but I don't want you to do that. The burden is going to be too much. I can help you out, so why wouldn't I do that? House prices are so high these days, and I want to give you a helping hand. Giving you a house as a present would make me so happy. I just think it's the right thing for me to do.
Thanks, Dad. We can live in that house when we have children. We won't need to move into a bigger house. What do you think, David? Happy with this? Of course I'm happy with it. I didn't think we were going to live in a place like that. It was just too much for us. Your dad is doing so much for us here, and I'm really thrilled about it.
Okay, then our business here today is done. If you two are happy about it, then I'm happy too. After we move out, I'll tell you, and you can move in.
Thanks so much for this, Dad. Thanks so much. I'm going to do my best at work. I hope I can find some way to pay you back for all this. Hi there, Vera. Are you okay? I've got something I really wanted to talk to you about. I hope you're not too busy right now. Is it something urgent? I'm talking about my youngest son, James. James? What about him? He told me that he's going to get married. It came out of the blue. I really wasn't expecting it at all. Wow, great news. You must be really happy about it. I am, but at the same time, it's going to cause some problems for me. I don't think I'm in a good position to support him with this marriage. It's going to be really expensive, and I just don't have the money. I've got no idea what I'm going to do. I don't want to let him down. It wasn't too long ago that you got married to David, and I've got no money left now. Okay, I can see the problem here. He told me he wants to get married next year. I think it's going to be really expensive. I don't know what you're going to do if you don't have that much money to spare. What about James? Have you spoken to him? Maybe he's got some money saved up. He might not even want you to give him any money. He might be able to pay for it all himself. He doesn't have anything. I know that. He only started working a short while ago, so he won't have been able to save any money. Then what are you going to do? I did everything for him, and now I need to do something more. There's really no end to it. You're not happy about it? I think I've got a plan. I've been living in this house for a long time, and although I don't want to move, I might be able to sell it. If I get enough money, I can use the cash to help James with his wedding and marriage. I might be able to buy a new house for him to live in. Are you sure you want to sell your house? Is that really what you want to do? It's a really big move to make, so be sure there aren't any other options before you do it. I like this house, but I don't like it so much that I can't leave it. If now is the right time, then so be it. I can leave here and do something useful with the money. That would make me even more happy than living in this place. So it's not going to be a problem for you? I don't want people to think I was a bad mother and didn't do anything to support my children. It seems like you've got a plan. There is one problem, though. If I sell this house, then I won't have anywhere to live myself. I'm not sure how I'm going to get over that one. I'll have to think of something. If you sell the house to help them buy something, then why don't you go and live with them, too? I'm sure you can find a place that's big enough for all of you. I'm not sure that's going to work out. The two of them will be newly married. They won't want me hanging around the house. It might be a little bit hard to move around their house. I don't suppose they'll want to buy something suitable for an old person like me. I want to live somewhere that's suitable for me. Well, I don't know what you're going to do. I have an idea. What about I come and live with you? You've got a big house, and it would be more than suitable for me, too. I know that your parents gave it to you, and it's a really big place. You seem to like the idea of me living with James. What if I come and live with David and you? It wouldn't be too much trouble for you, would it? I've heard all about the place from David. He tells me it's really big. It's certainly going to be big enough for the three of us. I'm not sure. I don't think I'd be happy with this. Why not? Sorry, I didn't mean to be so blunt. I should be a little bit more careful when expressing my opinions. I just never thought that we would all live in the same house. I like the idea of having my own space with David, and I wouldn't want to miss out on that. What could the problem be? Are you worried I'm going to annoy you if I come and live with you? It really can't be that bad for you. I won't make any noise. I'll just keep myself to myself. You and I are too different. We don't have the same lifestyle. If we live in the same house, then we're going to get in each other's way. It might be okay at first, but after a while, it's going to get really annoying. If you come and live with us, then you're going to want to do things your way. I'm not sure we're going to be able to compromise, so it's probably best if we don't live together. I'm really fussy about how my space is organized, and I don't want to change that. It's not going to be that bad. I'm sure we'll be able to find a way. I still don't think we're suited to live together. My mom and dad might want to come and stay with us too, so we'll need some room for that. If your mom and dad come, then I can leave for a few days and go and live somewhere else. You're selling your house so you've got some money for James. Why don't you go and live with him? I think that makes much more sense. James should do it, so please go and talk to him. I don't like the way you're talking about me here. You don't seem to care about me at all. You're talking about me as if I'm a piece of trash. I don't care if it's not convenient for you. You have to look after me and care for me. You have to think about me. I'm not trying to be like that. I don't mean to offend you. I'm just trying to be honest about what's going to happen if we live together. I can't believe you're doing this to me. I'm not doing anything wrong to you here. You don't have a right to come and live in my house. You're going to have to find some other arrangement. Do you even care about me at all? How could you be so selfish? I'm not being selfish. Why are you doing this? Why are you being like this? This isn't even my house. It actually belongs to my parents. I can't let you come and live here no matter how much you want to. It would be much better if you went to live with James. My mom and dad have given me this house to live in, and it's not really my place to make decisions about inviting other people to live here. I don't want to upset them or make them angry, so I'm just going to presume that this place is for me and David only. So you're telling me that you're not going to let me live with you? You're just going to leave me out here in the cold to fend for myself? I'm doing something good for my family, and you're not going to do something good for me. I'm sorry. I think that's just the way it's going to be. Why did I even bother talking to you? Why was I ever nice to you? I'm going to talk to David about this. I shouldn't even have spoken to you. You're useless. Oh my. What am I going to do about all this? She really didn't take that one well. I hope she's going to get over it. I can't let her come and live with me. It's not my house in the first place, and I don't want to be disturbed by her. Can't she go and find some other solution to this problem?
Did you talk to my mother?
I spoke to her. She wanted to talk to me about the house.
I know. She told me about it. How could you do that to her? How could you be so cruel to her? Don't you even care about her at all?
What do you mean? I didn't do anything wrong.
You need to remember that you're talking to my mom. You're not talking to some random woman. You need to give her the respect and attention that she deserves. I was so shocked when I heard about it all. I didn't think you'd do such a thing. How could you treat her like that? How could you speak to her with that kind of language? You should talk to her as if you were talking to me. You need to give her the same level of respect.
I don't want her to come and live with us. I had no choice but to say no to her. It's going to be really annoying if she comes and lives with us. I want my own space and I don't want to share. I tried to explain to her that it was going to be a bad idea, but she wasn't taking no for an answer. She was really pushy about the whole thing, and that made it even worse for me.
There's more than enough room for her to come and live with us. Even if we had a baby, there would still be plenty of room in that house. It's a really big place, so why can't we be generous with it? It would be so nice if my mom were to come and live with us too.
What about if my parents want to come and visit us? Where are they going to stay? There wouldn't be any room for them. You want them to sleep on the living room floor? That's no way to treat my mom and dad after all they've done for us. We need to do better than that. You can't just think about what your mom wants. We have to consider other people too.
Why don't you want to live with my mom? We really need to be nice to her and look after her. I thought you knew about this. I thought you knew we'd have to care for her.
I don't even know if I want to live in that house anymore.
What? What do you mean by that?
If we're going to have to look after your mom, then I don't want to move into my parents' house. We can just stay in the house we're in and look after her there. That might be a nice solution to this problem.
Your parents have already given that house to us. Why wouldn't you want to live there? Why are you being so awkward about this? I didn't even know you were this kind of a person. I thought you were more caring than this.
I don't like the way you and your mom are treating me right now. You seem to think that you're entitled to come and live in my parents' house, and that really isn't the case.
I'm not going to sit here and do nothing while you do this to my mom. She needs to be properly cared for.
If you want her to be properly cared for, then go and talk to James about it. She's selling her house for him, so he's the one that needs to look after her. She's making such a big sacrifice for him. Why doesn't he do something about it? If you really cared about her, then you wouldn't need me to help you out with this. You could do it yourself.
I want to do it myself. I'm not leaving it for James to do.
You don't need to do it. Let him get on with it.
We can talk about this later. I'm too angry to talk about this with you now.
Okay, that's fine. Goodbye.
I've got something I want to talk to you about.
If you're going to try and convince me to let your mom live with us, then please don't bother. I've not changed my mind, and I'm not going to do so.
That's not it. I don't want to talk to you about that.
So what is it then?
If James gets married, then my mom is going to go and live with him.
That's great news. It's nice to know that he's going to be caring for her. It's just what she needs. I told you that you didn't need me to do this. You could do it all on your own.
They were going to get married next year, but instead they're going to get married this year.
So? Is there something we need to do?
My mom is going to be selling her house, and she's not going to have anywhere to live for a month. She's going to be moving in with them, but it won't be ready for a month. That means she's not going to have anywhere to stay.
That wasn't very well planned, was it?
I was hoping that my mom could come and live with us for 3 weeks. What about it? Do you think it's okay for you? She won't be here for that long. Just until this whole thing gets sorted out. I'm not lying here. I'm telling the truth. If you don't believe me, then you can ask the realtor. He'll tell you what's going on.
No, it's fine. I'm sure you're not telling lies about this.
So you're going to be okay with this?
Just for 3 weeks?
That's right. Just for 3 weeks.
I can't say no to this. If we don't let your mom come and live with us, then she's going to have no place to go. We can't just leave her like that, so I guess I'll have to say yes.
Really? That's great. I was worried you were going to say no.
3 weeks would be okay. It's not too long.
Thanks for doing this. I always knew you were a person with a good heart. I'll call my mom now and tell her to come over for dinner. We can talk about it then. I'll also go and get the room ready for her. She's going to be so happy about this.
Okay, that's fine. Come here. I need to talk to you. What is it now? What's going on with my toothbrush? Did you move it? I told you not to move my stuff. If I put it down somewhere, then just leave it like that. I told you about this when I moved in. Why did you do this? I'm sure there's another toothbrush you can use if you want. You don't have to get so attached to that toothbrush. It might be a vibrating toothbrush, but they're not really that good. I heard they don't clean any better. I've been using that type of toothbrush for a long time, and I'm not going to change it just because you don't think it's that good. Next time you go out, be sure to buy me a new one. If I have to. I want you to put a humidifier in my room, too. Can't you do that yourself? Why should I do it? It's a basic thing you should have in the room. If I were you, then I'd be doing my best to look after me. You really need to do better. I told you before you moved in that I wouldn't have time to help you. I've got a lot of things to do. I'm busy with work and I don't have time to do all these things for you. If you want something doing, then you're going to have to do it yourself. Are you trying to be rude to me here? No. Don't be so ridiculous. I'm not being unfair on you. I'm just telling you how things are going to work around here. I do not have enough time in the day to be walking around the house doing this and that for you. You're going to have to look after yourself. You clearly don't respect me. I do. You're just being overly dramatic about all this. You need to be less sensitive. I'm starting to think that you're not a good enough wife for my son. You don't care about me, and I'm sure you don't give him the attention he deserves. I don't know where you got this attitude from, but it really needs to change, and the sooner the better. Calm down, please. This is getting a bit silly. You need to do a whole lot better. I'm not sure I understand why you're so angry here. You've got nothing to do right now, so go and buy me a new toothbrush. I don't want to wait here while you're doing nothing. This woman is such a pain. I knew she was going to be like this. Why did I agree to allow her to come and live with us? What was I thinking? I guess it's too late now. I'm going to have to live with it. At least it's only going to be a few weeks. What's the issue now?
There is no issue. Some of us have been busy with work, that's all.
Then when are we going to make a decision about this? What's she going to think if I'm still here after 3 weeks? I don't think she's going to take it well.
Relax. What's the worst that could happen? She's not going to kick you out into the streets. She wouldn't do that. If that happened, then people would find out and it wouldn't be good for her dad's business.
You're a clever boy. So I can carry on living here. Is that what you're telling me?
You just leave it to me. I'll get the rest sorted.
I really did a good job in raising you. You know how to take care of me. If we carry on like this, then maybe I won't have to sell my house after all. Not selling the house? What are they talking about here? What are they planning? She's going to be in for a big shock if she doesn't get out of here after 3 weeks. They were trying to move in with me? Is that what they wanted all this time?
I wanted to talk to you all. What is it? Something important? Why did you call us all here? How is my house? Is it going okay? Everything in order? It's all fine. Nothing strange going on at all. What about all this stuff? Who brought this over here?
What's going on here? Is something wrong? Oh, who are you? Is it Charlie?
I am Charlie. That's right. I heard you had come over here to live for a few weeks, so I thought I'd see what was going on myself.
Did you really need to come over here yourself?
Of course I did. I wanted to see you with my own eyes. I'm going to be living here for a while. I need to be in this area for business.
Really?
What do you mean by this? You're going to come and live with us too? It's my house. Do I need to ask you before I come over here? I didn't mean it like that. Where's my stuff? Where are my slippers? Why are they not here where I left them? You better go and get them right now and bring them to me. You need to respect me when I live here. I don't want you thinking you can do whatever you want to. If you're going to live in my house, then you're going to have to live by my rules.
I'm really sorry about that. I must have moved them and put them somewhere. You just relax. I'll go and get them right now. Can't you go and get them yourself? Why are you bossing us around as soon as you get here?
I'm the owner of this house, and that means you're going to have to do what I say.
It's okay, I got them. Here they are. I knew they didn't get far.
Now, go and get me some coffee, please. I need a cup of coffee.
A cup of coffee?
Go and get one now and don't delay. Are you like this at work too? Are you this clueless when people ask you to do something? I didn't realize you were this kind of a person. I thought you were a bit sharper than this. Did I get it wrong when I employed you? I thought you did really well at the interview, but now I'm starting to have second thoughts. I'm not sure if you're really the right person to work for me.
I'll do whatever you want me to do. Please, calm down a little bit. I just didn't expect to see you here today, so I'm a bit surprised by all this. Don't worry about it, David. I can go and do it.
I want him to do it. He shouldn't be leaving it to you.
Can you go a bit easier on me, please?
What did you say? You think I'm being hard on you?
I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't trying to be rude.
Where's my daughter right now?
She just went out to the store. She must be on her way back now. Do you want me to give her a call and tell her to get back here right now? Dad! Hi! I'm here!
Elizabeth, so nice to see you.
I didn't think you were going to be here this early. You knew he was going to be coming today? Yeah, that's right. So why didn't you tell me about this? I just didn't think to mention it to you. You didn't think it was a good idea to tell me? How could you let this slip your mind?
She doesn't have to tell you if I'm going to come here. I can come over here whenever I want to, and you can't stop me. This is my house, not yours. You need to remember that at all times. When I'm here, you have to treat me like the boss. If I want something doing, then you need to go and do it for me.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. Here is the coffee you wanted.
Thank you for that. Oh my God. What is wrong with this coffee? What have you done to it?
What's wrong? There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm very fussy about the kind of coffee I drink, and this really isn't up to the standard I'm used to.
You don't like it?
It would have been better if you'd have made it for me.
I can go and make you one if you want me to. I'm sorry if my mom didn't make the kind of coffee that you like. She doesn't make coffee that much, so maybe she didn't know what to do. It would also be nice if you didn't talk to her like that. Can you be a bit more polite when talking to her, please?
I'm going to talk to her however I want to. This is my house and I'll do what I want. You can't tell me how to speak to your mom in my own house. If you don't like it, then you know where the door is. If you want to live by your rules, then go and get your own house.
What? You can't mean that.
I can. If you don't like it, then leave. Get out. I can talk to your mom any way I want to. She isn't the most important person in this house. I am.
I'm sorry. Please don't kick us out. I don't want to leave. This isn't fair. You're trying to use your power over us.
So what if I use my power? What are you going to do? This is my house, and that means I have the power around here. You have to remember that no one forced you to live here. If you don't like it, you can go and find another place to live. I'd be a whole lot happier if you were to live here and just not say a word. You don't have the right to give your opinion around here.
What? Why are you being so cruel to us? What did we ever do to you? I don't know what we did to make you so angry. Please calm down. Can't we talk about this calmly? I'm sure we can come to some kind of an agreement.
You're not in any position to tell me what to do.
Why are you being so forceful with your words and opinions?
If you want to let your mom live here long term, then you need to get some other ideas. She's not going to be living here. If you want to look after her, then you need to leave this place and go and find somewhere else to live. This house is for my daughter and her husband. No one else. I don't want anything to get in the way of my daughter's happiness. I don't want her to be here anymore. It's time for you to get out of here and find somewhere else to live.
You can't be serious about this. Can't we talk about it and work something out? She's not causing anyone any harm by being here. She just needs to live here for a short while, and then she'll be on her way.
I'm going to go out and get something to eat with my daughter now. You need to think long and hard about what I just told you. When I get back, I want you to have made a decision.
I'm hungry, Dad. Shall we go now?
Let's go. We can go to a nice restaurant and get something to eat.
Wait a minute! What are we going to do now? What is that man doing? He's lost his mind!
Careful, they might hear you if you talk too loud.
How is your dad? Is he sleeping? Yes, he's tired. Still in bed. I think my mom is going to get angry too if you stay here. It might be a good idea for you to pack your bags and be on your way. It was nice living with you for a while, but now is the time for it to come to an end. If you don't go, then my mom might come over here too. That might not be a good idea. You don't want to see her when she's angry. She really does have a big temper. Can't you just explain things to her? I'm sure she won't mind if she knew that you were happy with all this. It might be easier if you just leave. You must be able to get out of here soon enough and go and live somewhere else. I heard that you didn't sell your house. Is that right? What do you mean? You lied to me, didn't you? I know you did. How could you do that to me? You told me you were selling your house and you needed somewhere to live. That wasn't true at all, was it? Where did you get this idea from? I heard you talking with David. You heard us talking? I heard it all. I found out that you were playing games. I really wasn't happy about it, but what can I do? What kind of person would do that? Who would tell lies like this? I wasn't playing games with you, and I didn't lie. You did. Why can't you admit it? Your son got a job with my dad's company, and we got to live in this house. Now I find out that you've been lying to me all along. Not very nice, is it? Didn't it ever cross your mind that what you were doing was wrong? You didn't think about that at all? Did you think that I wasn't going to find out about this? Not very smart of you, was it? Why are you being so selfish about all this? You're being cold and calculating. It's almost as if you don't think of me as being part of your family. I can be a whole lot more selfish and calculating if you want. If you're going to live here, then you need to start paying rent. I want money from you. I'm not going to let you live here for free. You're going to have to pay for it. If you don't like that, then you can leave and go and live somewhere else. Nothing in life is free. You're going to have to learn that the hard way. Pay rent? Are you losing your mind? I'm not going to pay rent. What kind of person asks for rent from their mother-in-law? You just don't get it, do you? I don't know if it's even worth it anymore. I'm starting to think that divorce might be the best option for me. I'd be free again to live the life I want to live. You can move in with David and have your own little place. You can't mean that. Why don't you go and tell him about this? I've got some things to do right now, so I don't have time to talk to him. Maybe you can do it for me. Where are you going? Don't walk away now! You need to talk to me about this. You can't just divorce like this. That's going to have really serious consequences. My dad came to my aid. He wanted to get them out of our house. In the end, my husband couldn't take all the stress, so he left the house. His mother followed him. He cried and moaned about the divorce, but in the end, there was nothing he could do to stop me. After a short while, he agreed to it. We hadn't even been married that long, but already it was over. I didn't think it was going to end that quickly, but I was happy when it did.
Honey, I want to talk to you. I've been thinking about you a lot.
Honey? Why are you calling me that? We aren't together anymore. You need to move on and go and find someone else. You're such a nice guy. I'm sure you're going to be able to find someone that suits you. You really need to find someone who wants to look after your mom. That seems to be a big thing for you. You should be calling me boss now. I'm in charge of you around here.
I'm sorry, boss. I didn't mean to be rude to you. You know I wouldn't want to do that.
You need to be respectful to me at all times. What do you want to talk to me about?
I don't think this job is the right one for me. I'm starting to find it really hard. When I get home in the evening, I'm so tired that I just want to fall asleep. If you would let me change back to my old job, that would be so much better for me. It'd make me really happy and I wouldn't be so tired all the time.
I don't think my dad is going to agree to that. He seems to think that you're just the man for this job. It might be tiring for you, but you're doing so much to help around here. What would this company be without you and your hard work? You're not a part of our family anymore. We're not going to be doing you any favors. You shouldn't even have come here to ask me in the first place. It might be seen as favoritism, and I'm not doing that for you.
Can't you help me out here? I know I've made some mistakes, but you don't need to make it worse than it already is. I want to get along with you, but you need to cut me some slack. My mom has really been starting to suffer over all of this. If I don't start earning more money, then how is she going to have a good life?
You're not going to get a promotion. Where did you get that idea from? Why would I give you a better job? You're going to do the job we want you to do, and if you don't, then you're going to have to find somewhere else to work. I'm not going to give you an easier job. If you want me to talk to the cleaning team, I can do. You might be able to get a job working with them. That should be a bit easier for you if you can't handle your current role.
Why would I want to work in the cleaning team? I want a better job than that.
They're an important part of work operations. They do good work. You're not too good to work with them, so get rid of these silly ideas you've got. If I put you in that team, then you should be happy about that. It's better than getting fired. If you keep going on like this, then that might be what happens to you. I don't want to have to sit here listening to you moan about how you want a better job. You don't run this place. You're not a manager around here, so you don't make the decisions. I make the decisions.
What would my mom think if I told her about all this? She wouldn't be able to take it. I don't want her to be upset again. I can't allow it to get any worse.
I can't believe that you're going to come and join us. So nice. I didn't see you as a cleaner. You want some instant coffee? I've got some here if you want it. Did you get demoted?
I didn't get demoted. Don't talk about me that way.
I'm going to show you how to clean this place. You're going to be good at this.
You want me to clean this? Clean the floor? Why should I do this? There must have been some kind of a mistake. I can't do this.
You're not the guy you used to be. You're going to have to get used to this. You're one of us now.
Don't cry. Whatever you do, don't cry.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.